I'm Nima Tahai, the Director of Educator Leadership at Go Public Schools, and I'm here to give you a budget update on what's happening with Oakland Unified's budget challenges this school year. If you were following the news last week, you saw that there was big news that Governor Brown had signed AB 1840 into law. There was a lot of press about what that means because it's an education budget trailer bill. More simply put, it's an OUSD Budget Relief Bill. And I'm going to walk you through quickly what exactly that means and the big things you need to look for. Essentially, what the bill does is it provides state aid to OUSD because OUSD has $30 million that they need to cut from their budget. Without this bill, OUSD would need to cut $30 million next year. So that would happen fast and be very difficult. But with this bill, they can spread that $30 million in cuts over 3 years. And here's how it's going to happen. The first year, the state aid is going to pay for 75% of the amount that OUSD would have had to need to cut. So for next year, that means the state will be covering $22.5 million, and rather than cutting $30 million, the district would only need to cut $7.5 million. Again, that's a lot of money, and it's going to be hard and felt throughout the entire organization, but it's going to be a lot easier and better for students than the $30 million originally. The following year in 2021, the state aid is going to be about 50% of what the district would have had to need to cut, which comes out to about $11.25 million, and that leaves the district in 2021 needing to cut $11.25 million. Again, a lot of money, but spread over 2 years and still not the original $30 million, so that aid is really helping out. And in the final year, the state will aid with 25% of whatever amount is left that the district needs to cut. And based on rough numbers, that comes out to about $2.8 million. And that leaves the district with about $8.45 million that they need to cut. After that, any additional money that needs to be cut, the district would have to figure out how to do on their own. And there is no plans for state aid. So let's talk a little bit about, are there any strings attached? How exactly does this work? The first important thing to know is that this is not a loan. This money does not need to get paid back. One thing to note is that in terms of how it works, the key players will be OUSD, an organization called FICMAT. They are independent auditors that have come through and done a couple of audits of OUSD's internal finances, and Alameda County Office of Education. Alameda County always needs to approve OUSD's budgets. And figuring out how OUSD gets this financial relief will be some sort of interplay between these three organizations, but it's not exactly clear in the bill who calls the shots or how these three work together. Some questions that come up too are there any strings attached? And the answer is yes, but again, a little unclear exactly how they work out, and between the three of these, who makes the final call. Some language that's been discussed is that first and foremost, OUSD needs to continue their plan for fiscal vitality, which based on how last year's books closed, some indications are showing that OUSD is moving in the right direction, but it clearly still has a lot of work to do. The next that has been mentioned is that OUSD might need to explore sale or lease of some surplus property to help bring in some additional revenue to help address some of the cuts that they need to make. And lastly, there's some discussion of OUSD needing to continue consolidating schools and reducing the number of overall schools in the district. Well, that's been a quick walkthrough of AB 1840. Here at Go, we like to take some of the complicated things happening and bring them to you and try to explain them so you can interact with them and engage with them. Please continue to watch our videos and always feel free to email me directly if you have any questions, and keep following Go as we report to you on what's happening in the district's finances. Thank you.